Hi everyone. I'm just here to talk to y'all a little bit about what's actually been going on this campus, and that is that people that read the koala and that are offended by the koala haven't been able to actually be a student at UCSD for a long time now. And that's really frustrating because I want to be a student. Like, I literally want to freak out about finals, and I want to be able to like write my essays, but I can't because of crap like the koala. And honestly, if you all decide to keep funding it, like, you are hurting the student body. You are not allowing students to be able to study on this campus. You're not allowing students to feel safe on this campus. And if a student earlier said something about it being a federal thing or something like that, well, I have something that pertains to California. It's the California Criminal Law Penal Code section 422.6, and it says, "No person shall by force or threat of force willfully injure, intimidate, interfere with, oppress, or threaten any other person in the free exercise or enjoyment of any right or privilege because of one of the more of the following actual or perceived characteristics of the victim," and that's disability, gender, nationality, race or ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, association with a person or group with one or more of these characteristics. And that is exactly what the koala does. It threatens every single one of those categories. So please make the right decision, follow the law, and please allow the rest of the students to be able to study on this campus, because it's really ridiculous how I can't even go to class and feel like a normal student here because of crap like the koala.
What department are you in?
Since you've already spoken, you can't speak again until the end.
How much time do we have left?
I don't know.
Yeah, can we have extra time?
I think we have 10 minutes left.
Okay, 10 minutes left, public input.
What else? You mentioned it was 30 plus whatever it was.
Yeah, it was. There was, we were already over 30.
Go ahead.
Sure, keep track.
Sure.
I just want to say that I'm here representing the Left Coast Post. I'm a copy editor, thank you. I have to say, these last 3 weeks have been very emotional for a lot of students here. And in fact, I feel incredibly emotional tonight because the position that I've decided to take came after a lot of debating in my mind, debating with others, feeling like I was being attacked by both sides at many points of this process. And, you know, the position that I ultimately took was that of defending my First Amendment right on campus. For the past several days, I've had to sit through many meetings with representatives of various media orgs, and I have to say, Chris Gregorian is a lot more tolerable after half a cup of wine. And I personally have no respect for his views. None at all. He's a smart man, but just because you can eloquently defend your right to freedom of speech does not mean that you hold the right principles. I think you're abusing your First Amendment right, Chris. But at the same time, there's no reason that we should take away his right to free speech, because that endangers the rest of us. The other point that I want to make is that I've never been so proud to be a part of this campus as I do now, to see all of you in this room caring about something, caring about each other, caring about each other's rights, For the first time in my 3 years at UCSD, I see people coming together, but I've also seen a lot of divisions taking place among us. And that's not what we should let this event do. What we need to do is come together and figure out what's the real problem. Is the injustice in Chris's words, or is it in our institutional settings? Are we going to fight Chris's words just because they're mean and racist and horrible? Or are we going to actually fight the true injustices in our system? I was so proud of BSU for coming up with their list of 32 demands. We may not agree with all the things on that list, but you have to respect them for the fact that they actually came up with a constructive way of dealing with this issue. And that is what we need to see more of. Not fighting speech, but fighting real injustice. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
I'm sorry to have to be up here. I wanted to clarify some points. We're not discussing, and we're not going to be able to achieve a better campus climate by changing the funding for media orgs. As far as I'm aware, the more objectionable and unpleasant the media org, the better its off-campus and external funding seems to be. So the less effect that this decision, one way or another, is going to have on that. This sucks. It would be a lot better if we could, by changing funding, improve the campus climate. That would be a good thing. Doesn't seem like we can do that this way. And as for where our money goes to providing supplies for any group of students to say anything they want to say. That's where it goes. If we want to change that to something else, say we want our money to go to any group of students saying things that do not cause harm and fear and upset among other students, okay, there might be some reason to do that, but that's the change. It's not about funding or defunding the Koala, or funding or defunding the Left Coast Post, or funding or defunding the Guardian, which says I have some sympathy with doing.
It's not on student feet.
The Guardian isn't? Okay.
No.
Oh, good, I learned things. But it's, what we're discussing is, do we want our student fees to go to support a group of students saying anything they please, or do we want it to be, you get funding if you say things that don't offend and upset other students? That's the issue. And it's not about campus climate, because the people saying, as the guy in the library walk, the folks who want to come and piss us off and scare us and make us feel like it's a dangerous place to be on campus, they're going to be pretty much able to do that, whether we give them some of our money or not. I think it would even make the Koala's day if they cut the funding, not because it would cut the money, but they're looking for reasons to fight with people. That's what they do. It seems like you just be giving them a gift, like, oh, here's something to fight about, and I don't want to give them any damn gifts.